Hello, I'm Maria from Older, Fitter, Stronger, and I'm just going to go through a short exercise sequence that you can do on your bed. So it might be when you wake up in the morning, it might be before you go to bed at night, but it's if you can't get down on the floor, you've got somewhere you can do these exercises. Okay, let's go. So have a pillow or a cushion if you need a little support under your neck, lying on your back, knees hip width apart. We're just going to start with a little bit of breathing so we can get into some diaphragmatic breathing. So we're going to put one hand on the rib cage and one hand on the tummy. You're going to breathe in through your nose. Feel your rib cage expanding. Feel your belly expanding slightly. And then as you breathe out, feel them softening down. As you breathe in, your rib cage widens and lifts. Your belly might expand slightly, and as you breathe out, your rib cage sinks down and your belly releases. So as you breathe in, you're breathing and widening around this middle area. So we're not breathing into the shoulders and the neck. We're breathing into this middle section of the body. And then release. Breathe in, expand. Breathe out. Release the lower rib down. As you breathe in, you might feel the lower back expand a little and stretch. And breathe out and let go. Just one more of those. Breathe in, expand. Breathe out, let go. And then let all the muscles in your back relax and release. Back of the shoulders, the middle of the back and the lower back. And then we're going to gently take the knees from side to side. So this is just a nice gentle way of mobilizing the back and the hips. Nice and gently side to side. And back to the center. And we're just going to do a few tips of the pelvis. So we're going to take the lower back and tip it towards the floor. Hopefully you can see that. I'll move my arm. So we're arching away from the floor and then pressing the lower back towards the floor. Arching away, pressing. So this is just a way of moving through the pelvis and the lower back. If they're stiff, they're becoming a little bit more mobile. You can do as few or as many of those as you like. We're going to come to the upper body. We're going to stretch the arms up towards the ceiling. Take the shoulders with you. Try and touch the ceiling. Breathing in. And as you breathe out, take the shoulder blades back. Keep the arms straight. Breathe in, stretch up. Breathe out. Come back. Breathe in, stretch up. Breathe out. Come back. Breathe in, stretch up. And breathe out. Come back. Release the arms back down to your side and bring the knees into the chest. You can do this one at a time or both together, whatever is more comfortable for you. And just breathing in gently, breathing out gently, maybe having a little rock from side to side. That's it. And then just place the feet back and roll onto your side. And we're going to take one hand on top of the other. The palms are touching. And you're going to have your knees slightly bent. Breathing in, you're going to lift up the top arm. And breathing out, you're going to stretch it back. You should feel this stretch through the front of your chest and shoulder. Just take it back to where it wants to go and then return it. Breathing in, breathing out. So we're stretching the chest and the shoulder. Slowly back. One more. Breathe in and breathe out. And then slowly release. Nice. And we're going to stay on this side. And we're going to do a hip strength exercise. So we're going to stretch the leg out, the top leg out long. So we're a nice straight line. It's not forward, it's not back. It's a straight line. And you're going to take the feet towards the floor so that you lead with the heel traveling upwards. So we're going to just come into this position, toes to the floor, and then lift and lower. So you should feel this around this kind of jean pocket area side of the hip. Just do what you can do. This is where you feel it. If you're feeling it more in this leg, then just stop and have a rest and then try it again. It's probably just the leg is tired, the muscles are weak and they're getting a little bit fatigued. Good. So we're going to do 10 of these, 4 more, 3 more, 2 more, and 1 more, and relax. So that should feel like it's done some work. And ideally you would do 3 sets of 10 of that exercise, or build up to doing 3 sets of 10 of that exercise. So we're just going to do another exercise. So if you find that's a little bit challenging at the moment, you could do this one, which is the clam. So your heels are together, your knees are bent in front, and you're just going to lift the top knee and bring it down. Lift the top knee and bring it down. Now you don't want to roll back with this. The hip's not rolling back like that. So you've got to do a little tuck under at the pelvis here, and you only lift the knee as far as it will go before you start to roll back. So again, you should feel it in this outer hip area here, this sort of jean pocket area. So it doesn't have to be a big movement. It's not coming all the way up. It could be quite a small movement. And then we're going to do 4 more, so we make it to 10. Good. 2 more. And last one. Good. Okay. And again, that should feel like it's really worked. And you can build up to doing 2 sets of 10 or 3 sets of 10. So it's working the muscles around the hip. Coming back onto your back, we're going to do some work for the bottom muscles. So feet hip width apart. Tip the pelvis back, so the lower back is pressing gently towards the floor, to the mattress, should I say. And then you're going to press strongly through the feet and lift the bottom up and then down. So we don't want the back to hurt while you're doing this. So it's important that you tip back slightly, and also that you slide the bum cheeks down towards the heels. And you're not using the back to come up, you're using the bottom cheeks. This is number 4. And this is number 5. Squeeze the bottom to come up. We're going to do 5 more. Press strongly through those feet. 4 more. Feel the bottom muscles lifting you up. Good. And 2 more now. And last one. And relax. And you might want to just have a little rock side to side there, just to ease out the back. And again, you'd start off with 5 or 10 and try and build up to doing a couple of sets, 2 sets of 10 or 3 sets of 10, to really work these bottom muscles, which are really important for your stability. So I'm going to show you the other side. So I'm going to turn around to do that so you can see what I'm doing. But obviously you don't need to do that. You can just roll over to the other side if you're in your bed. Okay, so we're going to have one hand on top of the other. And we're going to do that opening movement. And slowly bring the arm back. Breathe in. Breathe out. Draw the shoulder blade back. Open the chest. And release. And then last one. Opening. And closing. Good. Okay, so we're going to do our side leg lifts here on this side now. So we're lengthening through the torso. The leg is nice and straight and in line with the hip and the shoulder. Toes to the floor, heel to the ceiling, lift and lower. Again, we're feeling it on this outer hip around the jean pocket area. So it's important that the heel leads and not the toes. This is number 4. This is number 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 more, and last one. Ooh, so that feels like it's worked. And again, you're building up to 2 or 3 sets. And then we come into the clam. So the heels are together, the knees open and close. So we're not rolling back. So you might only go a couple of inches. It depends on your hip. We're not rolling back. One hip stays stacked on top of the other. You should feel it in this jean pocket area of the bottom. We're working to build some strength into the glute medius, the side bottom muscles. Good. I've lost count now, so I'm going to say we've done 7, 8, 9. Last one is 10. And relax. Give that a little bit of a rub. Lovely stuff. And then we're going to come back to the bridge exercise. Feet hip width apart. Tip the pelvis back. Press the feet into the floor. Lift the bottom up and down. Lift the bottom up and down. Feel like you're sliding the bum cheeks towards the heels so there's no strain into the back. Good. And this is number 5. Good. Press into those feet. Number 6. Feel the strength through your legs. 7, 8, 9. Last one, number 10. And come back down. Bring the knees to the chest or have a little stretch out, whichever feels good for you to do. And then we're going to roll onto the side. And if your knees will allow it, you could come onto your knees. If your knees don't mind a nice soft mattress, then you can do this one. If not, you could just leave this one out. It's a little press up. So we're going to make sure that our arms aren't rolling in and that the shoulders are rolling out. The arm bones are out. Okay. Pressing firmly through the hands. Breathe in, breathe out. So you go down towards the floor and push away. Down towards the floor, push away. Good. And again, we're doing 10 of these. As you go towards the floor, you breathe in, the shoulder blades come together. Breathe out, push away, shoulder blades apart. Good. And we're going to do 4 more of these. Just do what you can. If you want to leave this one out, you leave this one out. Depends on your wrists and your knees. 2 more. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Last one. And relax. Good. Again, you could build up to doing 2 sets or 3 sets of that exercise. And then lastly, we're going to come onto our tummy and we're going to see if you can do a little lift of the torso, but we don't want any stress into the lower back. So press your pubic bone towards the mattress, elbows in front of you, chin down. See if you can get a little bit of a lift through the chest. Draw the shoulder blades back. We're just stretching the spine in a way it's not used to going, but it quite likes to go. So unless you've got spinal stenosis, in which case you're not going to do this. If you haven't got spinal stenosis, you can just gently have a little lift, but not if it causes any strain into the lower back. If it does, you just come down and just rock the pelvis side to side. And then we're just going to keep in this position, press the pubic bone down, and then gently see if you can lift a leg up using the bottom muscle to do so. So we're not using the back, we're using the bottom. So we press the pubic bone down, slide the bum cheek towards the heels, and use this buttock to lift the leg just a tiny amount off the floor, not very high. And then the same on the other leg. If this gives you any discomfort into the lower back, then you can leave this one out. But you may find that if you can adjust your position to press the pubic bone down and slide the bottom cheeks towards the heels, that it might give you a little bit of relief. If it doesn't, then you leave this one out. And again, we're doing 10 of these. We're lifting using the bottom muscles. Good. It's a bit like front crawl legs. We've got 4 more on each side. Good. Keep breathing. Don't hold your breath. 3 more. 2 more. Keep pressing those bum cheeks or pressing the pubic bone down, sliding the bum cheeks towards your heels. Last one. And relax. And that is your little bed workout. I hope you find some of those exercises useful for building a little bit of strength and some mobility into your spine. Let me know. Take care. See you soon.